What's up, everybody? It is BooyahMan85. Oh, it's time for another episode of Let's Play Space Shuttle Mission Simulator. If you have noticed by now, you probably already noticed that the last episode was cut short and I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. That's because I recorded the entire orbital phase, in orbit, the whole mission, and it was about an hour long, and I noticed that Light Camera doesn't like it when I go from the game out to my PDF files and back to the game, because once I go back into the game, it'll be black screen for the rest of the episode. So we're going to have to jot down the capture points first, and then play the game without backing out to the desktop, which in essence is a giant pain in the butt. So, I believe the Space Shuttle Mission Simulator website has a zip file of all of these schematics. This folder right here, Mission Control. I believe the website contains a zip file with all this information here. These are all the mission checklists, every button you have to press, every switch you have to take control of, docking, the quick reference manual, the commander's reference manual, the emergency fuel cell start procedure. I don't know if it's got this one. This is the actual Space Shuttle NASA approved flight manual that everybody has to read and cover before they fly the shuttle. It's obviously 1,100 pages long. This is the actual this is the actual it's the actual manual for the space shuttle, which I think is really cool. But I think you can pick it up on the website. I'm not sure, or you can just type it in. Yes, it is legit. I haven't read the whole thing yet. It's 1,100 pages. I'm not a big fan of reading, so. But anyway, yeah. Before we boot up the game, because otherwise it'll go black screen if we do it later, we need to write down these grapple points. I wrote them down the last episode, but I don't know what I did with my scratch paper. Usually when I use scratch paper, if it doesn't go into a specific folder, it gets lost. These are all of the positions that we're going to be using. We're going to be using joint angle because I'm not real good at this game, and joint angle makes everything easy. You go to yaw, you move it to this degree. You go to the shoulder, you move it to this. You go to the elbow, you go to this. You go to the pitch, you go to this. It makes it really easy instead of trying to eyeball it, because what you can do is you can put on the flight controller and you can eyeball it from using the F1 key, and you can look outside the ship and look at the cargo bay from the exterior and say, well, okay, I think it goes here. You can eyeball it, but it's not the best course of action. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use joint angle. And I saw somebody message me, and I think I replied to you. Somebody doesn't like and has a really hard time with the RMS arm. I feel you, buddy. It is a little complicated. It is the Space Shuttle. It's probably, and I quote from everybody else, the most complicated piece of machinery humans have ever built in the history of the world. Basically, there's so many systems in this thing that it's not even funny. Like, it's the most complicated most complicated piece of machinery ever built. Just dot there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking a scratch piece of paper and I'm writing down all of the joint angle positions. And hopefully by the time I'm done writing all this scratch paper down, you guys have already written down whichever the position. If you want to do the positions, that's fine. We're doing joint angle in this LP because it'll just make things easier for me. So you need both of them. You need this one. You need all the STS-8. We're doing STS-8, so you're going to need, this obviously has all of them. 31, 32, 41C, 51A. It's got them all. So, is there a way I can hide this? Can I, like... I can't hide it. The sidebar for the light camera, it's blocking me from using the scroll bar or exiting out of the PDF. Whatever. Alright, but you're going to need all the STS-8s. So this one and that one. And I'm starting with this one first. I have yaw is negative 27.6. Shoulder is 63.9. Elbow is 136.8. Waist, wrist, pitch is... I wrote waist on my scratch paper. That's stupid. Wrist pitch is 73. Wrist yaw is 27.6, and wrist roll is 0. And I'll show you what all these different joints represent on the RMS arm. Actually, no, I can do it here, actually. Okay, here's a good picture. So here's the RMS arm, right? And what happens when it's not in use is it lays alongside the hinge of the cargo bay door when it's not in use, so it's straight flat. All right. The joint angle, shoulder. All right, so the shoulder joint is this guy right here. It's I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like I wish, stop. You guys can't see my mouse. Okay, can you see that little crosshair? There, thank you. All right, this is the shoulder joint. All right, the shoulder joint is in charge of the shoulder numbers and the yaw numbers. Okay. So the yaw is when the whole thing rotates to the right or to the left. That's yaw. And the shoulder joint, that's the yaw. The shoulder, okay, is the shoulder pitch is what it is. It's shoulder pitch. So it's shoulder yaw and shoulder pitch. Because all it can do is go side to side and up and down. So you bring out the shoulder pitch first. Then I usually bring the yaw down. I move the shoulder pitch first, then the yaw. Then I usually go elbow. There's the elbow joint. It only has one direct. It only has two directions, extended and retracted, or up and down basically. And then let me get a better picture here. Right here. All right. So this is the wrist. So it's like a human arm. So you have your shoulder joint, you have your elbow, you have your shoulder joint, you have your elbow, and you have your wrist. So here's the wrist joint that's in charge of, this is the pitch. Wrist pitch is right here, this big huge hunk of junk right here. This is the wrist yaw, right to left. So this is up and down is pitch, left and right is yaw, and then roll, this whole thing turns on itself. So the roll is built in right here. And then you have the yaw and the pitch. So those are all the joint maneuvers. We're doing joint angle because it makes sense. All right, so I have the first one down. The second one is these are all of the fixed positions. That's why these numbers are listed. Some of the time we're going to be trying to grab a like for instance this mission right here, the freaking Solar Max satellite that's got broken. 41C is going to be fun because this thing is in space already, and we have to go up into space and retrieve it. There are no grapple point coordinates for that because it all depends on your position relative to the satellite. So that one's you have to eyeball. So you basically need to do your homework if you plan on being good at the RMS arm. Robotic maneuvering system. But yeah, so everything that's in space that we have to grab in order to fix, those points are not on this card. These are all of the grapple points for all of the items we're taking up to space that are in a stationary position, which means they're already in the cargo bay. So it does help you when you're already carrying it up into space, but again, with 41C, mission 41C, we actually have to eyeball it and grab it from space, bring it into the cargo bay, and then once it's in the cargo bay, these points down here are the grapple points to put it in the repair. These are the place it and grab it from the repair station, because you have to attach it to the spacecraft in order to do maintenance on the satellite. So, I may or may not have time to actually show gameplay today because I'm yammering, but all of this information is very important for those of you that are planning on following this LP and subscribing and everything. So I'm doing my best, guys. I'm not gonna speed up the LP. I'm not gonna edit out, certain areas. Hopefully, because I realize that YouTube will only let me upload about 30 minutes per episode. So I guess I'm not that popular yet, but whatever. So if we get close to 30 minutes, I'll probably have to kill the episode, and I probably won't have time to say goodbye. So if the episode just suddenly ends, it's because I ran out of time, because I'm going to record the whole mission, and then I'm going to chop it up into little bitty pieces so that we can move on. Actually, I don't have a stopwatch on me. So. Okay, so second maneuver. Second joint angle. Yaw is -0.5. Shoulder is 43.5. Elbow is -73.8. Wrist pitch is -69.2. Wrist yaw is 45. And wrist roll is 0.8. So, yeah. I'm going to have to do this a two-part episode because I have to replay through the intro part of the orbital phase to where we can actually start plugging these numbers into the spacecraft. So I will take care of that off screen and be right back.